straight up, the best thing about this episode, and the past few episodes for that matter, is that Bartolomeo. Like, right now, Bartolomeo is hands down one of the best things to happen in this arc, in this Dressrosa stuff, because I'm telling you, like, in this episode, there's bits where it's just like, because it's all fighting at the end of the day, so you gotta really look at it as a fighting episode. You can't look at it as, well, what happened to progress the story? It was mainly fighting, and in a sense, it progressed the fact that the battle is over, this block is over, so we got the progression there. But aside from, like, all the fighting, looking at the character Bartolomeo, he's just an interesting character, and he is so badass. Like, he is the best thing about Dressrosa for me right now in the anime, period. Like, where is his power at? If this dude, everyone got knocked out the ring, everyone is fucked up, and his barrier, his fruit, which we find out that he has the barrier fruit, I believe it was revealed in this episode, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think it was revealed in this episode, and he used it to reflect that King's Punch, with it, which it was, you know, rumored that he could take out a Yonko or whatever. Still don't buy that shit, but he used his barrier and knocked him out, and it was just like, yo, you got between Bellamy that he can't do shit, and then you have this King that he uses punch and it didn't do shit to him. And last week, Hack is like, how strong is this dude? Like, he looks like he is definitely interesting Nakama material for the Straw Hats. And of course, I'm not saying he's, you know, I want him immediately, this and that, but I wouldn't mind if he was somebody that was with them. I think he looks pretty freaking epic, and his power and everything. Like, this is a character that I would love to see rolling with the Straw Hats, baby. He is badass. And it was interesting. He said something that he needed to get the Maramara fruit for this certain person. That's already some foreshadowing, like, who could he be wanting this fruit for? Makes you wonder as well. So, some interesting stuff there. Overall, the episode, there was a lot of bits where it was just mainly, you look at it like, for the most part, the whole episode was this King charging up his punch. You got people that I really don't care for, and I think, like, they were built up, and then they absolutely did nothing. Like, Blue Gilly, like, I don't give a fuck about that character, just plainly being honest with you guys. I think that the character, he was built up last week, and he absolutely went nowhere. Like, he was built up, and then he just got knocked out the ring. So, Blue Gilly, get out of here. Dogma, which, what was up with them building up the art style? It, like, looked real beautiful when Dogma went and slashed somebody, and then when the King, which the King, it was built up, so they were trying to make him look like all nice and purty for his punch. So I guess that's why they made it look nice with the King. But with Dogma, it's like, ooh, Dogma. It's like, nobody gives a fuck about Dogma. So wasted, like, art, like they put like that nice shiny glare to it or whatever when he slashed the dude. Wasted for that, because Dogma amounted to not much really. And overall, the good thing that this episode did is that it ended this block, and it also gave you a little bit more of a gauge as to how strong this Bartolomeo guy is, because Bellamy, he's trying his best. He's using his spring fruit. Ain't shit happening. Although he did, for a second, seemingly look like he's going to try to do something to Bartolomeo before the King ultimately came with his giant fucking punch. So you never know what could have happened or whatever, but ultimately, nobody could stand a chance. Bartolomeo for the win. He made this episode for me. And just overall, like, even though there was bits of the episode that was wasted, like Gilly, Blue Gilly, and Dogma slashing, it didn't go nowhere. And even the fact that the entire episode was the King going, oh, I'm finally ready, and I ain't do shit. I thought I won, but I ain't win, because Bartolomeo, the beast, is there. So, screw that. But Bartolomeo definitely, if anything that this episode added is, this guy is a force to be reckoned with, and he's beast as fuck, badass. And he wins, and he's like, all of you go to hell, I don't care. It's like, how can you not love this guy? And then also this episode, another thing that it added as well is that it has Frankie and the Toy Soldier, and the Toy Soldier is telling Frankie, we want to take down the factory as well, me and my people. And he's like, I'm going to tell you the tragedies of Dressrosa. So a little bit of setting up there. So you have a little bit of setup there, some progression. The fight is over, and overall some, I guess, characterization of this Bartolomeo guy. He just doesn't give a fuck, and he's beast, and I guess just overall he's one of the best things to happen in Dressrosa thus far. So overall episode, I'm gonna give it a good 7 out of 10. It advanced through this battle finally, so like while I was watching the episode, I was like, oh, it's just fucking like fighting, and like this is a clear example of me not liking really, like, people like to say, you just won fights. To be honest with you, I did not give a rat's ass about most of the fights within this battle. It was like, Blue Gilly, fuck you. It was mainly when Bartolomeo was there. When he was owning, when he had, like, Bellamy there, and Bellamy couldn't do shit to him, I was like, that's hype. That's good. That just shows, like, how beast this character is. And it's like, you gotta weave out which characters are gonna be important based on how they fight within this, you know, little tournament or whatnot. And you can see Bartolomeo is meaningful. He's actually gonna have some use in this one. And then, I guess, with the King as well, I didn't really care about him rounding out his punch. But then when you see Bartolomeo's there, he blocked and then he knocked him out. It's like, that was some beast shit. Like, so I didn't really care about the Gilly stuff. I didn't care about Dogma. I didn't care about a lot of the fights surrounding it. But then when it goes back to that character, that's where I felt it really stood out and it pushed things forward. And just the fact that the block went through it and then we got a winner for this one and the character is like, he's hyped. So I'm going to give this one again a 7 out of 10. It was a good episode for the most part. At least it got some progression and it also got some setup for the main stuff of Dressrosa all around with Frankie and that toy soldier. So we're going to learn a little bit more next week. And yeah, still weird. I don't get why they made Dogma look beautiful and everything with the colors and whatnot. And the king made sense, but yeah. Let me know what you guys think. First of all, Bartolomeo, is he like the most amazing thing that happened in this arc thus far? Like, I'm just so hype about the character. He's so, like, he's beast. And your overall thoughts of it. Do you think that they did this episode justice? I ain't gonna front, like there was times where I was like, there's a little bit of snooze fest, but at least it advanced up and it went. And with the One Piece anime, you got to look at it for what it is, because at the end of the day, we already know we've established One Piece. The anime moves slow as shit. It doesn't have the greatest animation. So now when I review it as a One Piece anime episode. I don't review it compared to like any other anime episodes out there. I review it for what it is. And for a One Piece anime episode, it was a good. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up for Bartolomeo. I know I said it a couple times past few weeks, but he's just been owning, and I got to give props where it's due. And he needed them because he was beast. For the world, and as always, people, have an awesome day.